Hey everyone, today I'm going to discuss my thoughts on what's happening with the new GX 550, Lexus GX 550, and my current Lexus GX 460. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about this. Now, I haven't driven the GX 550, but I just, I've been reading a lot of reviews on it, seeing a lot of pictures. I'm still yet to see one when it pops up at a dealership. But I mean, from what I'm seeing, the outside looks really, really great. It's just fantastic and beautiful. I wouldn't say beautiful, more rugged, really, right? I just love the look of it. But the inside, I don't know. From the pictures, I've been reading some reviews on it, on the interior quality. And when I watch it on YouTube videos, I've been seeing I don't know, it just looks like a Toyota that's maybe a little nicer. I don't know. I just feel like they've dropped the ball on the refinement, the luxury aspect of it. I'm not doubting the quality. I mean, Toyota has always had really great quality and reliability. Of course, this twin turbo V6 drivetrain with a 10-speed automatic has still yet to be proven. But compared to the V8 and the 6-speed automatic in the Lexus GX 460. All right, so just going for a drive, and let's talk about how the GX 550, in my opinion, I feel suffers a bit on the interior quality based on the reviews so far. Again, like I said before, I have yet to see one in person, sit in one, hopefully test drive one. But I mean, from the pictures and the videos and YouTubers have already reviewed it, it's pretty clear that it doesn't look as refined as, I guess, this GX was, and it's at its time. So this GX came out in 2010, I believe, and at that time, this was pretty refined. And even at this particular refresh with the Predator grille came out in 2014, and the 2014 Land Cruiser Prado at that time was, probably shared the same steering wheel and everything else, but it didn't have all the leather and the wood and all that. It was it looked and feel like a rugged Toyota, which it should, because that's the price point. And over here in America, we didn't get the Land Cruiser Prado. We got the Lexus GX 460, which is the Land Cruiser Prado in a suit essentially. And here, we're blessed to get with this beautiful GX because we had the V8, when the Land Cruiser Prado had I think it was a V6. I think some were turbo diesels, but we're blessed to get the V8. But over time, over the other 20, like I said, the 2020 refresh, and right up to the end of the GX 460 production line, we lost the steering wheel. It made more sense to go with the corporate Lexus lineup, offering what the other Lexus models had. And with that, I mean, I just feel like this is more classy, the interior. It's more what can I say? Refined, it doesn't look like every other Lexus lineup, and that's cool. It makes it different. So anyway, now, I mean, after the 2020 GX, the interior started to, in my opinion, degrade a little bit away from the classy approach with the shifter and the steering wheel. But, and also some of the like the ecru wood is not the nice brownish. It's like a light brownish. It's like a darker brownish. I mean, that's a personal taste. I prefer the light brownish wood with the ecru lighter tan colored leather. But I mean, things like that, I just feel like, maybe they were setting us up for the GX 550. Again, this is my personal opinion, to kind of look more like a Toyota with a luxury badge. Because if you look at it, the Toyota Sequoia has a pretty nice, at least the capstone has a pretty nice interior, and that's a Toyota, and it's almost the same price as, I guess, the Overland Trail, right? It's like 80 plus grand, right? And the TRD Pro looks pretty nice. I mean, things like that, right? It's just the interior quality doesn't look like the Lexus. Now, about the feel, I have to yet to sit in one before I give my, I know I said look and feel, but I want to sit in one again to give my opinion, and maybe I'll make another video then. This is just my initial reaction from what I've been seeing on YouTube, and then the photos online of the GX 550. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me for the interior kind of look. But the exterior, nice and rugged. Even though this is kind of a bubbly effect, when this is lifted with bigger tires and the fifth spare tire on the back, because it has the gate, things like that, it just looks a lot more aggressive, I think. No, sorry, I can't say it looks a lot more aggressive. It looks aggressive. The new one does look pretty good. Anyway. Also, I want to talk about the lack of a third row. I mean, some people don't need a third row on the Overtrail, but I mean, you know, people like me who have kids and I've, you know, heard other people also echo the same thing. They want a third row, but they don't want to give up the off-road, you know, crawl control, MTS, all that kind of goodies, just because, you know, they want a third row. So the GX 550 forces you to have a third row delete, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't just, you know, order that from Lexus. If you get the third row, or if you want a third row rather, you have to get a non-Overtrail trim, and that means you have to forego all the MTS and call control and all the other goodies. Now look at the GX 460. You could get that. I have that right here. I have crawl control, I have multi-terrain select. Yes, I had to retrofit it, but it's a Lexus part. So it has all the off-road goodies. Yeah, it doesn't have a rear locker, but I mean, the 8-track system is so good. But this is what I've seen on other YouTube reviews, that the 8-track system is so great that the rear locker is just Toyota offering it, or Lexus offering it, just to say that you have one. That's debatable, I guess, to someone that really goes off-road, heavy off-road, I mean. But still, I mean, this is a body-on-frame truck that is essentially a Land Cruiser Prado which is already world-renowned for its off-road capability, but it's just got a lot of luxuries with it. So, and the luxuries are classy. You know, you've got like the power folding mirrors, the seat that not the seat, the auto exit, I guess you can, the steering wheel is power, and it remembers along with the memory seat, so it'll adjust the steering wheel telescopic behavior as well as your power seat. It's really nice. You know, things like that, right? It's got a great amount of storage, and it's got a third row. Now, granted, that third row isn't something like, you know, a GMC Yukon, okay, you know, something like that. It's not, but you know, it's great for kids. Like my kids use it, or you know, adults in a pinch. You know, not for long distance travel. It's there, but you can fold it flat, and which we usually do when we don't have guests. But it's there if you need it, and that is the cool thing. You don't need to sacrifice usability. It's there. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I feel like Lexus has, yes, they've given us a really rugged looking SUV in the new GX 550. But along with that, I just feel that, you know, yes, that's there, but the interior, I feel like the special quirks or the specialness of the GX 460, at least pre-2020, is gone. It looks like every other Lexus, which looks like every other Toyota with a little more luxury Lexus badge. When I say luxury, it's got the same style of steering wheel and everything, maybe some more luxury features. I don't know. It's hard to tell these days because Toyota, the higher-end Toyotas, is so luxurious themselves. It's actually blurring the lines. Higher-end Toyotas are actually starting to blur the lines in luxury with Lexus, and so are its price points. Like the Sequoia Capstone is over 80 grand. I think the TRD Pro Sequoia is almost 80 grand, or if not over. I mean, you're talking GX 550 Overtrail prices 10 years ago, or like, you know, in the case of this one, like, you know, 7 years ago or something like that. The difference between Toyota and Lexus were a lot more, and that's what I feel. So will I buy the GX 550? I mean, you know, I made a video before and I think I wanted to, but the more and more I look at it, and I do want to sit in one and hopefully test drive one, God willing, one day. But the more and more I look at it, even though I find the outward experience, the exterior styling of the GX 550, I mean, more rugged, I just feel it's lacking in the interior and the options. Like the way they force you to not get any of the cool MTS or crawl control, any of that off-road stuff, off-road cameras, things like this, that would have been optioned on a GX 460. You can't get those along with the third row. I mean, you can get all that in the GX 460 and a really nice potent V8. You can't do, that's another thing, you don't get a V8 either. Yes, the V6 makes a lot more power and torque, but the miles per gallon is like maybe 1 mpg or 2. I can't remember the exact number, but it's not that much of an improvement. So granted, it is a bigger vehicle, I think. I mean, I've been hearing it's a bigger vehicle, but still, I mean, the third row, even on the non-Overtrail, I've seen that it looks pretty cramped when people are getting into it. So I gotta compare the actual dimensions, but it's not as big. So what does this mean for me and the GX550? The more and more I look at it, the less and less I want to buy. Plus, this thing, I bought it at 29,000 miles. It has, what does it have right now? It has 64,030 miles, right, at this time. I mean, that's barely broken in for a Toyota. I mean, these things can go 300, 400,000 miles, most of them, with good maintenance, right? And minimal repairs. So I'll probably drive this for a long time. My family and I really love it. My wife loves driving this. It's comfortable. I will one day plan to lift it, you know, 2.5 inches and put bigger tires on it. So when we have more kids, we're gonna outgrow this GX. Right now it's comfortable, but when we have more kids, we're gonna need more room. So I was looking at the Sequoia TRD Pro, and honestly, with the Sequoia TRD Pro, the rear, I don't know what's happening with the rear luggage room. Like, it's got that the shelving system. I'm not really a fan of that. The seats don't fall flat like it does here in my GX. The previous Sequoia with the tried and true 5.7 liter V8, that thing looks like it had more room. I want to drive this for another at least 3 to 5 years or more. But once we're done with it, you know, once we've outgrown this vehicle, I'm sure it'll still be running, but, you know, once we sell it, I think I might have to go the GMC Yukon Denali kind of route. You know, I love the big V8. I might get the diesel though, because the diesel in those cars, you know, you get like 700 miles to tank, I've been hearing. I mean, the legroom is fantastic in those cars. Like, it is just wow. Like the interior room, and also the cargo room. I mean, so we'll probably get the Yukon XL in a few years, the diesel version. Hopefully they'll still offer it. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that Toyota doesn't get into that large full-size SUV space. I don't consider the Sequoia anymore. It probably was, and I would love to get the older one, but I'd want to stay relevant and get a newer one, you know, with the tech gadgets and everything. And with the Lexus LX 600, I sat in it. It still feels cramped, man. It's just like, I don't like it. It still feels so cramped. I've sat in that in the back. It just, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it would have to be the GMC Yukon route. I mean, until then, I'm so happy with the GX460. It does everything we need. Yes, the gas mileage isn't that great. I mean, city, we get like 15 or 16, if anything, probably 15 miles per gallon. And highway or freeway, I get at least, the best I've got is probably like 22 to 24, but average around 20 to 22, which is fine. Yes, the premium gas kind of sucks that you have to put premium gas in this, but other than that, I mean, I call that the reliability tax. It is, I mean, I've had to change the battery and the serpentine belt. That's about it. Since I've owned this for almost 3 years now. It's flawless, man. It's fantastic. And we'd owned this for a long time before stepping up to that GMC Yukon. So unless Lexus has offered a full-size SUV competitor, I'll probably go for the Yukon Denali. So that's what I wanted to kind of give everybody my thoughts. I'm just not impressed with the Lexus GX550. More and more I read about it or see it on YouTube. It is a very, very, very rugged, cool looking SUV from the outside, but the interior space, maybe it's a little bigger than this, but I mean, I've seen people get in the back there, they look like their knees are really high and they're struggling to close the seats, full-size adults, I mean. Anyway, I guess that's my thoughts on the GX550. At this point, I don't think I'll purchase one. I'd love to drive one and sit in one, you know, check out the backseat for myself, and I'll post another video when I get an opportunity to do that. But until then, I'm gonna hang on to this beautiful GX460 with this beautiful V8 engine and this tried and true drivetrain here. I just think this is such a great example of a body on frame full-size, not full-size, body on frame mid-size SUV that you know, that does it all, you know, except for the gas mileage probably. And if you're buying the GX550, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a really great SUV, and I'm hoping it'll be reliable. I know there's no data, but you know, it is a Toyota product, and Toyota Lexus, and they're known for their reliability. If I'm gonna buy something like that, I want like a mid-size off-roading luxury off-roader body on frame SUV, I want all the goodies. I want the crawl control and all that kind of stuff. You know, but it just, I'm really sad that I can't, I don't have the option to do that if I'm going to buy that. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I just think that this is a really great buy for someone who's looking for a reliable midsize off-road SUV, and the GX 550 is also a great deal for someone who doesn't really need that third row and still wants to go off-road. And I'm sure the non Overtrail editions, they're still pretty capable. I mean, they have a low range as well, but yeah, it doesn't have all the off-road goodies and cameras. Now the GX 460 did come with cameras, certain versions. This one doesn't have it. I have the sensors, but I don't have the cameras, but it did come with it, so that's pretty cool. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and take care. Bye bye.